Another big budget comic book epic in the beginning of the second season of one of the best shows on television. They're available for your weekend viewing. And here to tell us all about it, Suicide Squad and Ted Lasso, film critics Pam Powell and Chuck Kaplinski. Hey guys.
Hey.
How are you? Okay, so big fan of season 1 of Ted Lasso. Does season 2 live up to the hype of season 1?
Well, in an interview, Jason Sudeikis compared season 2 to The Empire Strikes Back. And there's a reason for that. There's a couple reasons, actually. It does get a bit darker, and a lot of this has to do with relationships between fathers and sons. Now, that's not to say it's still not funny and charming and uplifting. It's all of those things. But the characters go on a deeper journey, and many of them have to face things from their past. Sudeikis is back, of course, as Ted Lasso, everybody's favorite coach, even though he can't really win a soccer game. Doesn't matter. It's the culture that he generates on the club. And, of course, the first season, the first episode, Pam was upset because there was a tragedy at that first episode that really upset her.
I saw it, and
it sets the tone as to what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The other thing that happens in the second season, and we've seen 8 episodes of it so far, is relationships become more complicated as well, and they have to navigate these things too. Roy Kent, of course, is my favorite guy, the softie who, well, he's the tough guy, but he's softy underneath. He has to deal with his niece, and he loves every second of it. And what's interesting is, and you don't know this yet, but the owner of the club, Rebecca, she enters into a love affair that's quite questionable. Hang on, you are going to be genuinely surprised by this.
Okay.
I cannot say how much I love this show. I am rarely as passionate about something as I am about Ted Lasso. It makes you feel good every time. It's exactly what you need.
Okay, I loved season 1, started watching season 2, and I'm feeling like it's kind of slow.
It is.
So I'm hoping it picks up because I've made it through the first 2 episodes and I'm just kind of like,
Stick with it.
Yeah. Okay.
I promise, stick with it.
Okay. Well, let's see if we need to stick with Suicide Squad or maybe give that one a rest.
You know what? I am, as you all know, I am not a big fan of superhero movies. However, I know, shocking. Every once in a while, though, I am pleasantly surprised. Like, I loved Guardians of the Galaxy, and James Gunn wrote and directed that, and also has written and directed this one, The Suicide Squad. Not to be confused with Suicide Squad from 2016. This is the sequel that now has the additional The in front of it. I know.
Okay.
Little details.
I was confused there.
Little details there. Same premise, though. A bunch of supervillains get broken out of jail by Viola Davis's character of Captain Waller to command some sort of a strange rescue mission out somewhere in Europe. I forget what the name of the Cortez Maldo or something like that. Some island. Yeah. And it's to save the United States from some imminent threat. In the very first scene, we see 50% of these supervillains get whacked off. It was just awful, absolutely horrifically gory, violent. And then we ratchet, as you say, back in time to meet all of these characters, and that's when it actually gets interesting. And this whole time warp, back and forth phenomena is actually a really good storytelling tool. If only the rest of the story was just as interesting as that. This is as thin as ice, and yes, you fall through and you feel like you're drowning or falling asleep through part of it because it becomes a redundant superhero film with lots of violence, and it does not become interesting. There is some comedy there. Idris Elba and John Cena, their characters have a wonderful banter back and forth. The comedic elements are there. It just doesn't follow through all the way along. James Gunn forgot to tell the story and focused too much on the special effects and the violence.
Okay, we only have
really gruesome.
About a minute left. Did you like it?
Did not. I love superhero movies.
Okay.
I liked it a bit more than her, but no, there's still too much wrong here.
Still not a win in your book. Okay, we have got some Fandango codes to give away to see the Suicide Squad.
Now, it is
now
trending.
That Pam has sold it.
It is trending positively on Rotten Tomatoes, so maybe you're going to like it. Maybe we're wrong. I'll name off 5 of them. We have a total of 21 winners: Rob Kaler, Janet Bowman, Kathy Worth, Rhonda Rigdon, and Sydney O'Brien. And 16 more of you will receive codes to go see this movie in the theater. So enjoy. Let us know if we're wrong.
Well, and I'm sure people will.
I know they will.
Trust me. What are you talking about tomorrow on the morning show?
We're going to talk about the same things.
Okay.
Yeah, just that's the only new movie this week.
Oh, okay. Well, good to know. Well, we appreciate you all coming, giving us all the updates on the movies and the reviews that we need to know before heading out to the theater. We'll connect you with Real Talk with Chuck and Pam's website, Facebook, on our website, CILiving.tv. We need to get to today's CI